Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thanks for joining tonight. My name is Aric. I'm from Michigan. And to give a little bit of history, my journey into Sahaja, I guess I originally started Sahaja about mid 2008, but if I rewind a little bit more, I was a very anxious person out of college, and I, before that I was very chill, but then like once you get into real life and things, it's like, oh, like college and school never really prepared me for the real world, so to say. So I actually felt like I actually kind of got broke after that. I started having anxiety attacks, which I was like, what the heck is this? I didn't even know those things really existed because I felt so peaceful and calm before everything. Made it through the stresses of college and that kind of stuff. And I was kind of like raised a seeker, but that kind of like got muffled down a little bit. And I think those things like the anxiety was a blessing in disguise because that really started my journey to start seeking. And I started trying all sorts of different forms of meditation. And I was spending so much money. Right, it's like 20 bucks a session. And I remember one day I saw on a calendar at this local bookstore, Crazy Wisdom in Ann Arbor, it said free meditation. And I was like, what? Free meditation? I was spending hundreds of dollars a month and not really getting anywhere. So that first session that I went to there, it completely just let me just describe the experience, but it transformed me, and we'll get into more stories of that here shortly. So, as we sat in a circle and we went through the process, there was two of the members that were going around and raising the Kundalini behind people. And when they got to me, I felt like something was moving up through me. It was amazing. I had to like stop and like look around, see if they were touching me, but the chair was like this thick. And I was just like, whoa. And then I'd like, okay, let me just focus back on. I stood up. And then as I got to the top, I could just feel my crown chakra open. It was just such an amazing experience. And that was just like hitting the dominoes for even more and more to just grow upon. So I was very right-sided at that time. And I'd often go out a lot. I'd go do extreme sports, jump off at like 40-foot cliff skiing. Lots of crazy stuff. Because that's what I kind of used, I think, to reach that kind of like high bliss state in a way, like using those physical forms. Some people use other things to try to get them up there. But it was really this meditation. And over time, it took me from being that super right-sided and kind of like adrenaline junkie to me finding that joy and peace and bliss from the practice itself. It kind of took a while to build up. And and then eventually, I thought I was all good, but I still had a lot of allergies. I had asthma, I wore glasses, but overall I was feeling much better. The anxiety had went away. But I feel like, the the practice and the process is like, nope, we're not done with you yet. So we're gonna give you this huge concussion. So I was rock climbing one day and always listen to your intuition because my intuition told me three times not to do what's called lead climbing with my buddy who's looks like the Incredible Hawk. It's like twice as wide as me and all muscle and twice my weight at least. And just, oh man, big strong guy. So we were climbing with top rope, which is pretty safe because when you climb with top rope, it's held up top. And if the person, lets go or falls, it's pretty easy catch. So I told him for about 2 hours, like, no, no, let's not lead climb. Let's wait for our other friends to get back, and then we can figure stuff out at a different time. But eventually, at the end of the 2 hours, right, you're tired, my willpower's down. He's like, well, why don't we just grab one of the staff there and we'll work with them. And I was like, fine. I just kind of still knew deep inside like I shouldn't. So we go to the wall. We go to do everything safe. He climbs up about 2/3 of the way up, which is not enough. He should have climbed, almost all the way up to the top for a little bit more safety buffer. And he asked, "Is this a good spot?" And the staff member said, "No, no, go up higher." He's like, "What?" He's like, "Okay, let him go." So he lets go and he comes right down on my like head and neck. And it was enough to actually put a curve in my spine. And the concussion was so bad, I couldn't do 1 plus 1 in my head. Simple math for a month. Couldn't write emails. I told my boss at work what happened. He's like, it's okay, just rest, just rest. And here I am, like, just freaking out because, like, the head neuroscientist at University of Michigan is like, yeah, you might be like that the rest of your life. There's not much you can do. I was like, what? I'm like, no, 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 no. So that actually led me to go deeper into this meditation in Sahaja. And I really amped up, my personal meditation and going to as many of the public programs as available. I was going to like 2 or 3 a week. And within about 8 months to maybe 10 months of just all that, doing the Footsoak, doing the meditation, clearing, not only did the did I get healed from this and I felt even better than before the concussion, mentally, physically. Like I went even further. So things like the asthma that I had back then. I was on 3 different prescriptions because none of them all worked well. I had to take 3 different ones to kind of manage the asthma. And then I was on probably about 6 different medications for allergies. So, and with the glasses, all that stuff actually got healed, within about probably like 10 to maybe 15 months after the accident. It was amazing. So if you're new to this process, definitely give it time and just do check-ins, journal, see where you're at. Maybe some of you have similar stories. Maybe some of you are already feeling really good, and this is just gonna take you higher because we're like sponges, and some people are more resilient to the world. They don't let things affect them. Other people, right, we're young, or sometimes we just have a tendency to take things so personally that this practice, right, helps us detach from this kind of like illusion and ego. And it really does get us in touch with our spirit, right, our true self, right, that's fearless and infinite. And it filters out the right thoughts. And I'm sure you've heard about the thoughtless awareness and the doubtless awareness. So the more we meditate and the more we become the spirit, that the sponge effects really start to subside, right? Kind of like this foot soak helps kind of like squeeze the sponge of us and absorb that energy. And and it works. I'm sure you've heard many, many stories through this 21 day from so many other yogis. So again, just be patient. It's kind of like different timing for everyone, but the more that you surrender and just kind of trust the process and just observe over time, amazing things will happen. So that's a little kind of short intro for me. I'll save some of the even more amazing stories for later, another time, because the physical part is just that one part of the aspect. The spiritual side of things is a whole other side of things. So let's go ahead, kind of get prepared for the first part. Everybody's got their tubs with the water in front of them. And before we get started with that, let's just go ahead, close our eyes. We'll take a nice long deep breath in through the nose, completely filling up to the top. And then slowly exhale. And then for this next one, let's raise the corner of the lips with a smile. And start to soften the neck, the face, the jaw, and the shoulders. And with that smile, we'll take another nice big deep breath in through the nose, completely filling up to the top and elongating the spine. And then slowly exhale. And let's just start to draw our attention inside. And set that intent, connect to our spirit, and not just go through the motions of this exercise, but to, you know, really live, breathe, and go through this as spiritually as we can with as much attention as we can. So let's go ahead and raise Kundalini and then take Bandhan. One time, one knot, and two knots, and three knots. And then Bandhan, okay, put ourself in protection, surrounding ourselves with wraps of love and light. And then after that, let's go ahead and vibrate the water. Right, so hand in a clockwise motion. And go ahead and put your feet in. Find a comfortable position, kind of move around. You can get comfortable. And if you have anything tight, uh, glasses or, just feel free to loosen anything that feels tight on you right now. And then we'll work to start clearing with our left side. So left hand, palm facing up, and then right hand towards the Mother Earth. And then silently inside, you can use the following affirmation. Mother, please balance and clear our left channel. Go ahead, repeat that on your own. Mother, please balance and clear our left channel. And thank you for removing any past conditionings, emotions that don't serve us anymore. And also bring your attention to both hands, both the left and the right? Using our awareness. Now just shift your attention, right? Just if you notice the vibrations. Now shift your attention to the left hand. Now we're going to guide this kind of like energy and path. We're using our attention. We're going to shift from the left hand, move it up through the left arm, up and over the head, down through the right arm and hand into the Mother Earth. And then go ahead, do that another time. Attention on the left hand. And then slowly move it up the left arm, up past the shoulder, over the head, down the right arm, into the Mother Earth. And then go ahead, bring your right hand, palm facing up on the right knee, and then left arm to the sky. Now we'll use the affirmation for the right side. Mother, please balance and clear our right channel. Please remove any excessive thoughts, over planning, over excitement from our right channel. And then similarly, how we did on the left, just noticing the vibrations of both hands. And now bring your attention to the right hand, and we're going to slowly guide our attention from the palm up the right side arm, up past the shoulder, up and over the head, and then through the left arm, hand up into the sky. And repeat that again, right? Attention on the right hand, and then slowly, slowly guide that energy up the right arm, over the head, and through the left arm and hand into the sky or ether. Then go ahead, bring hand down. Now we'll just bring both hands towards the Mother Earth, and we'll clear both channels at once. So silently inside, Mother, thank you for clearing both channels and balancing my subtle system. And then go ahead, bring both palms back to the knees, facing up. And we'll just spend a little bit of time in silence here. So we can now use our attention and bring it to our heart, right, where the spirit resides. And now we'll shift this attention up through the center of the neck, center of the head. See how high you can go above the head now. And the goal is thoughtless awareness. And then let's go ahead and conclude the foot soak. So let's go ahead and, rinse the feet off and then set the foot soak bucket to the side. And then we'll do the guided meditation next. After you've done that, go ahead and again find a nice comfortable position. We'll get started here shortly. Let's give everybody just a little bit more time. Okay, so before we start the meditation, let's just do a check-in. So go ahead, bring your both hands in front of your heart and notice the center of each palm and each individual fingertip, and then the base of the hand. Hopefully you notice some clearing from the foot soak just alone. I know I do. My Swadhisthana was catching a little bit earlier, and now it's pretty clear. Similar with my Vishuddhi. So now put your left hand on the knee, left knee facing up, and then bring your right hand to the lower abdomen for the second chakra, for the Swadhisthana. Here we're going to just do a few affirmations and kickstart the meditation process, even more, a little deeper. So here, please, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. So go ahead, repeat that on your own. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. And then right hand to the heart. And we'll use the following, that I'm not this mind or body. I'm just the pure spirit. Right, so go ahead on your own. I'm not this mind or body. I'm just the pure spirit. Right, I'm not these thoughts. I'm not my car, not my house. I am just that pure, infinite strength and love and bliss that the spirit and this connection brings us. And then go ahead, bring your right hand to the forehead. Yes, where the ego likes to sometimes take us away from our divine purpose or bliss, and get us chasing our tail sometimes, so to say, in circles. But right, we let this energy now flow upward in our spirit, combined with this kundalini, right, where this kind of true yoga takes place and rises above to help open the center, right? With love, I forgive everyone and everything in general. So go ahead, repeat that silently to yourself. With love, I forgive everything and everyone. Okay, for whatever they've done knowingly or unknowingly, I forgive. All right, not thinking of anyone or anything in specific. It's just a general full statement, right? Because our spirit and this Kundalini is like a balloon wanting to rise to the heights of this joy and bliss. So that's the true yoga. And then bring your hand on top of the head and just kind of move the crown around 7 times, pushing down on the skin. And then bring the right hand down. We'll take another, we'll put another big smile on our face. We'll take another nice, big, deep breath in through the nose and exhale. And work to become this observer. Now, just right, we're going to use our attention to move it up through the center of the head and actually just see how high you can place it above the head, right? Just give it room and just let it see where it sits up high, right? And that's the place we're going to do our best to anchor our attention. So if a thought comes up, right, just notice the distraction, but don't get caught up in it. Let it go, and then shift your attention back. Right. So through this process, right, the chatter of the mind, right, eventually the thoughts start to slow down. That space between them grows, and we get into what's called thoughtless awareness. And then the next step in evolution after that is doubtless awareness. But just let go of any expectations. Right? All we can do is set the desire for this to happen. It's really the Kundalini and the meditation that takes us higher. So normal breath, smile whenever you want to, and just let that yoga happen above the head. If your mind has wandered, it's okay. Just come back and start again. right? Without judgment or dissatisfaction. You can silently say neti, neti inside, which means not this, not now in Sanskrit. If you're still holding on to any tension, just let that go, right? The more you surrender here, right, the easier this flow and more strands of Kundalini will start to rise. I just do a little quick muscle kind of exercise for our attention and help raise more Kundalini. So go ahead, bring your attention to the base of the spine. And now we're slowly gonna raise this attention through the center of the body, right? With love and inviting this Kundalini cleansing and clearing through every chakra, right? Through the stomach, through the heart, through the neck, through the head, and piercing higher through the crown as far as you can above the head. All right, let's go ahead, raise the corners of the lips again. Another nice big smile. We'll take another nice big full deep breath in through the nose, completely filling up to the top. And exhale. Then slowly start to open your eyes. And go ahead, bring your hands in front of your heart. Again, notice the base, the palms, and each finger. And notice, what has changed since we first started. And if you're not feeling it too much there, you can also bring each hand above the head and just move it around. Sometimes it's a little easier to feel the cool breeze and the vibrations this way. And then switch sides. and try to keep this bliss going as long as you can. So eventually, meditation, at least for me, was really, really hard when I first started. It was a lot of thoughts, right? Playing ping pong or tennis in the head in a way. And then over time, once you kind of transcend the ego of the body, and once you're just spirit and you have this true yoga, you just, the bliss, love, and joy, it just, it's so hard to describe because it's just so powerful and pure that other people start to notice it. Like when you go to the grocery store, they're like, "Oh, wow, like what's going on? What are you on? Why are you vibrating so high? Tell me what you're doing." So you invite them to the meditation class. So other people start to see it too. Not only are you feeling it, but others start to become more aware of it. And then this energy and connection also starts to diffuse negativity kind of like wherever you go because your vibrations are emanating from you. So great job, everyone, tonight. Thank you for joining. We'll put on a little bit more music to continue the bliss and meditation if you would like. And enjoy and hope to talk to you again soon. All right, thanks, everyone.